guardians of justice become the criminals, who holds them accountable? Dive into the shocking stories of corrupt cops who finally face their day in prison.
I mean, I hate to be accusatory, but it was kind of wrong what happened, man. And I think they might have destroyed the cell phone because of the evidence of him assaulting me on it.
We got 6 people that were plucked out of their normal lives, just sitting at home eating a sandwich one day, and they got a card in the mail that said, "You got to come to the courthouse." What I ask everybody, and then I follow it up with I'm ordering, that I am respectful that this is the most pressure-packed moment for most people in their entire lives. Nobody will run out of this courtroom while I'm taking this verdict. As soon as the 6 jurors are out of the courtroom, you're free to get up, walk out. Please, my job, and I think everybody's picked up on it, how respectful and polite I am to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. Now, when you're being escorted out today, if you want to say, "Listen, I want to break off and stand in front of the courthouse and talk about this case," you're free to do so. But you're also free to say, "I've done my service and I'm leaving." If anybody harasses you, I want to know. When you leave, I'm going to give you you're going to be handed a packet. In the packet is a certificate of appreciation. Inside the envelope is a letter evidencing your jury work that I mentioned a very long time ago. If anybody has a problem with an employer, let me know. At this juncture, are both sides ready? I believe we have a verdict.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find a defendant guilty of manslaughter while armed with a firearm as charged in the information. As to count 2, we found a defendant guilty of attempted first-degree murder as charged in the information. If you find a defendant guilty of attempted first-degree murder, you must next answer the following questions. In the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit, in and for Palm Beach County, Florida, Criminal Division, Division X, case number 2016 CF 005507 AMB, State of Florida, Plaintiff versus Newman Khan Raja, defendant, verdict. We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find a defendant guilty of manslaughter while armed with a firearm as charged in the information. As to count 2, we found a defendant guilty of attempted first-degree murder as charged in the information. If you find a defendant guilty of attempted first-degree murder, you must next answer the following questions. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant actually possessed a firearm? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant actually discharged a firearm? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant in discharging the firearm actually caused great bodily harm or death to Corey L. Jones? Yes. So say we all, the 7th day of March, 2019 in West Palm Beach County, Florida, signed, jury, foreperson.
Poll the jury.
Juror number 1, were the verdicts is read your verdict? Juror number 2, were the verdicts is read your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 3, were the verdicts is read your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 4, were the verdicts is read your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 5, were the verdicts is read your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 6, were the verdicts is read your verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I came out, I saw him come out with a handgun, I gave him commands, I identified myself, and he turned, pointed the gun at me, started running, I shot him.
Prosecutors and attorneys for Raja clashed at the hearing over whether his fatal shooting of Jones was justified, with the key argument centering on whether the officer properly identified himself before firing those lethal shots. Raja is charged with shooting and killing Jones on the side of I-95 in 2015. Raja's lawyers claim he fired out of self-defense, and they're asking for the charges to be dropped.
He was justified because he believed Mr. Jones was going to kill him. Both the facts and the law support dismissal.
We don't agree that he actually announced who he was. He definitely didn't follow any type of practice or policy on doing what he should do as a law enforcement officer and taking cover behind the engine block of his van if he was that scared and clearly announce himself as a law enforcement officer.
April 26th, that's the 45-day mark. Okay, that'll be sentencing, 1:30 in the afternoon. And in between, I'll leave it to the lawyers to contact my office to set up whatever hearings need to be conducted regarding post-trial motions.
We understand that there realistically is going to be some type of legal argument that needs to be made.
Sure.
Based on the verdict, we would accept there to be some type of motions filed by the defense. We'd ask the court, if you would, set a deadline on filing motions and then give us a certain deadline on responding to those motions and then setting a sentencing hearing either from that point, but I think 30 days might be a little too light, just in the fact of understandably there probably will be some litigation.
Should I pass sentencing off then for about 45 days to get your post-trial motions in order? Okay, so Ms. Driscoll, please give me a date in about approximately 45 days, and I'll set it at 1:30 in the afternoon and set aside the whole afternoon. I'll put that at the 30-day mark.
Yes, sir.
So that gives you 15 days in between. 30 days to get your appropriate motions filed. The lawyers have worked so well together. Just contact each other and I'll put aside special time for you. Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So we're going to be in recess. Everybody be peaceful. And I appreciate the attorney's extremely hard work in this matter.
Court is in recess.
On count 1, I hereby sentence him to 25 years in the Department of Corrections. And on count 2, I hereby sentence Mr. Raja to 25 years in the Department of Corrections. That is as a minimum mandatory, which was required that he serve day for day. Those sentences will run concurrently. Anything else I need to do this morning? So I revoke any bond, he's held no bond. I'll be adjudicating it, but I'll be keeping the post-trial motions made.
So he is adjudicated.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story of Justice Served, don't forget to hit subscribe and check out more of our videos for more jaw-dropping moments and true crime tales. See you in the next one.